make a start. Lucy, do you have any Sederunt apologies?
Good afternoon. We have 17 members present, and I have apologies from Councillor Dempster, Councillor Diggle, Councillor Nicholl, and Reverend McFadden, Councillor Davidson, Councillor Stitt, Councillor Wiper, Canon Robin Paisley, Robert Fritchley Simpson, Elaine Dennis and George Jameson are not present, but may be along later in the meeting.
Just to remind members that this meeting will be recorded and subsequently available to the public for listening purposes. Do you have any declarations of interest? Okay, so moving on to the main issue on the agenda, the statutory consultation on Drochduil Primary School, Dunragit. Claire's actually going to give us some information about why we're having to hold this special meeting at this time.
Thanks, Chair. Elected members, many thanks for giving your time today and for agreeing to this special meeting. The reason why I was specifically asked for this meeting today was to confirm two government time deadlines. We've just finished the consultation and I'll give you an update on that after I've just explained why we've had this meeting. In order to make sure that we've got enough time for Scottish Government to consider this proposal, should you accept it today, and to have sufficient time for transition for a potential closure in July, we asked for this meeting. So again, grateful for the time and obviously the officers' time in organising this. The last period of consultation ended on the 18th of March, that's Friday the 18th of March at 5 o'clock. Just to report to this committee that in terms of representations, we did not have any representations during the last 3-week period. And I would also say we had nil viewings at Woodbank offices. We had 10 signatures from the Friends of Drochduil on the Drochduil document at Drochduil Primary School. We had no viewings at Castle Kennedy Primary School. We had no viewings at Glenluce Primary School. We had no viewings on the library, mobile library bus. In terms of the council website, we had 7 viewings of that website out with the council staff and 15 viewings from council staff. So that gives us an understanding of the level of interest or views in terms of this proposal. So what we're asking for committee today is to note the contents of the statutory proposal, to note that the consultation period ended on the 18th of March, and I've just given you an update in terms of no representations and the viewings. What we're asking today is to implement the closure of Drochduil Primary School and the realignment of Castle Kennedy catchment, and that if that proposal is agreeable, then we would ask the Director to notify Scottish Government. I think the one item to just highlight to you in the report during the period was, as an officer, I did attend Old Luce Community Council to seek their views. As we've detailed in 3.5 of the paper, they have no objection to the closure of Drochduil, but have questioned about the realignment with Castle Kennedy Primary School as opposed to Glenluce. They've given the reasons in the paper, and I'm sure you've read that. We, from an officer perspective, feel we've fully detailed in the consultation documents why we are proposing a realignment with Castle Kennedy. And I would also say that that realignment with Castle Kennedy is supported by the learners, the parents, the Friends of Drochduil and the staffing aspect. But I think it's important just to highlight you the views of Old Luce Community Council. So happy to take any questions on this.
Okay, Claire, members? Jim?
Yeah, thanks, Chair. Just from reading the report, just confirm for me, please, that it's the choice of all the children and the parents that are, of the children that are actually at Drochduil at the minute, that they want to go to Castle Kennedy.
I confirm that is the case.
Yeah, thanks. That the kind of calms any concerns that I had. It's actually sad when it gets to the stage where we're actually closing a school, but the way the rota has been going, I think it's been inevitable for some time. Just if we take the decision to actually close the school, I would like to pay tribute to the staff that are in the school. not just the teachers, the head teacher, but all the staff that are in the school for the work that they've done with the children over the years. I would like a special mention to the head teacher for her dedication to the actual school, its staff, and all the children that have ever attended there during that period in what has become an increasingly difficult time. Certainly in the 4 years that I've been a councillor, there was always the worry that this was going to happen. And I have nothing but admiration and respect for the head teacher and the way she's handled it.
I think as a committee we can endorse that. Yep. Any other members? No. Okay, can we move to the recommendations? Can we note 2.1, 2.2, and agree 2.3, 2.4, 2.5? And before we go our separate ways, Claire wants to give us an update on the Dumfries Learning Town. So Claire?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members. I just wanted to share some of the progress we've made this week on Dumfries Learning Town, because we've reached some quite monumental milestones. So on Tuesday, we secured planning consent for both the North West Campus and St Joseph's College main works. So that's really good news in terms of project progress. We also, and the director, signed the contract for the decant accommodation for St Joseph's, and we'll be starting the first of that work on the 29th of March. Really good news to go into the Easter holidays with, and just demonstrating the movement we're making on that project and the final realisation of Dumfries Learning Town. We'll be erecting signage on both those sites in the next few months to really promote the product that we're going to be delivering and the really good news story.
I'll just add one last thing, not in relation to that, but members, you might be interested to know that in the Glasgow Herald on Tuesday, I think, you know we don't like league tables when they're not good for us, but we like them when they're quite good. It was noted, I think, in the top 50 schools in the country in terms of 5 hires at the point of leaving, that there were 4 Dumfries and Galloway secondaries in the top 50 in the country.
It's good news in which to break up on, so thank you for your attendance. Thanks a lot.